07, turn right, heading 185, reduce speed 180 knots.
185 on the heading, 180 on the speed Gulf Air 007.
Speedbird 124, reduce speed 160 knots to 40 me.
Reduce 160 to 4, speed 124.
Hi there guys, Matt here, hope you're all well and welcome back to another P3D video. Today we are down in Jamaica. This is Manley, actually no it's not Manley, it's Norman Manley International Identifier Mike Kilo Juliet Papa down in Kingston. And I figured that there's a lot of requests for this kind of flying in this part of the world, and I do tend to ignore it, not because I don't know why actually. I'm a European person and I don't like flying in places that are out of my comfort zone, and this always is. Anywhere that isn't in Europe I'm a little bit sort of edgy about flying. But I figured I'd give it a go, and we're going to fly to Miami, which I've flown out of Miami before on my channel. I've never flown into Miami, so I'm going to fly in there. And this is American 1545 in the NGX. This is a real world flight. They take the 800 on this flight. With the new colours, and I was going to do the One World one, but I figured that this is the one I had installed, so we'll just go with that. The weather is a little bit interesting. It might look relatively pleasant, but let me tell you it's not. I don't know if you can tell by the waves over there. There is some sort of issue with wind today, and well, I'll read the meta, shall I? So, Kingston, or Norman Manley, information, whatever. From 1700 Zulu, it's now 1750 Zulu. 140 degrees at 23 knots, and the visibility's fine. The temperature is 31 degrees, so it's extremely warm, and that bus really is trying to audition for Top Gear or something like that. Rest in peace, Top Gear. But yeah, it's 23 knots. And when we get to Miami, it's 10 knots, but there's thunderstorms and quite a few of them. So that will be interesting. It's also raining, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, we're taking 186 passengers, so pretty much full load today, and we are zero fuel weight of 135,000 pounds, taking just under 14,000 pounds of fuel. Gives us about 2 hours 30-ish of fuel with... well, the trip itself is only an hour and 20, so we are good in that respect. Everything's loaded. GSX is sorting out the ground services. This scenery is Latin VFR, if you're wondering. Latin VFR. Just search Latin VFR MKJP if you're looking for it. It's been out a while now. It's okay. It's not the best, but it does the job, which is it's good enough for me. Okay, let's do this before I talk myself into an early grave. New addition for today's video is Track IR. If it bugs out, I'm sorry, but I had it on from before and I figured I would use it. So, Track IR indeed. First things first, I'm not messing around because I want to get to Miami before bedtime, ideally. Who has a bedtime these days? Hey-ho. Anyway, IRS is to nav, and once we've done that, we can sort of come back down and switch the yaw damper on. APU can come on with the fuel pump, as always, if it would click. There we go. Middle or second column, so cabin stuff and IFE stuff's on. The generators are on at the moment for ground power, so there's nothing really happening there. Middle column, we can arm the emergency lights and turn on the seat belts. We can turn the window heats on in the next column and leave the hydraulics as they are because we're on the tug. Trimmers on, we can turn the ISO valve off, and we can also turn the engine bleeds off. We're going to flight level 380, so we'll set that in the pressurization panel. We're on VATSIM, so 122.8. If you... well, I don't think I've made a video yet with VATSIM ATC, like as I've been flying, so that'll be interesting if we get ATC. Transponder is on to 2200, and then we can go and set up the FMCs. So FMC, we can pause in it, and MKJP stand 5, and we'll take the left hand GPS position. We have a company route in with just IATA codes, which is Kingston to Miami, like so. Going off runway 12, and the call sign is American 1545. Done. We can activate that. We're departing, as I said, runway 12. This is the Savem 5 with the Savem transition, and then we'll deal with the Miami arrival later on. As far as the fuel weight goes, 135.1 is what I said, 14,000 pounds of fuel. Reserve is 4.5. I'm not sure what cost index American use. I'm just going to pick a random number and go with 43. Who cares? Flight level 380 is our cruise, and the wind up at 380 is 262 at 43, and the temperature is minus, I don't know why I'm putting a forward slash there, minus 54, which will give us an ISO deviation of +3. Transition altitude 18,000 as always. 24k with 41 degrees gives us a margin of 700 meters, which is fine. We'll be flat 5. Let the CG sort itself out with a rotate of 143 and V2 of 148. We can stick that in MCP, so 148. Runway heading is 117. You notice the departure goes right out of here instead of left. It's because of those bad boys there, mountains. 117 is the heading, and we'll stick transition altitude as the initial altitude because there's no ATC online. Left flight director and right flight director. We can turn on the auto brake to RTO. Now, I'm a little bit nervous about doing this because when I just did it 5 minutes ago, it crashed. When I tried to control the VOR needles with my mouse, if I misclick it, it right clicks P3D and then P3D crashes. So I've got to do that really carefully. But I only press it once, so it's fine. I'm going to put the traffic on and data. The weather radar is can go on to weather and turbulence in just a second. I'll sort them out once we've done this bit. But for now, I'm just going to put these needles up like so. Traffic, data, and I'll also take terrain on this side as well. Okay, back down to the radio stack, and then I can put the turbulence thing on the weather radar. So that's everything set. We can put the FMCs onto, or the right FMC onto the legs page. Check the hydraulic pressures, quantities, good, and you can put that onto the engine page now. Okay, parking brake we can set. We can switch the APU generators on. You see that now, which is good. And if we can get GSX to get us out of here, as the plan. Start to shut the doors. Actually, we'll use that right-hand side FMC for that. So menu, FS actions. And we want doors, close that. We want to close the cargoes too. Ground connections, well, if we've got the APU on, we don't need the ground stuff anymore, but I don't want to right click it while track hours on because I might misclick it. So let me just put all the fuel pumps on like that, and then right click that and turn it off just to make sure that it is off, which it is. And then we can go back down to the FMCs and we can get rid of everything externally, put that back on the legs page, and then we are good to push back and start. Okay, so GSX is almost ready. I might move this easy dock view forward actually, because it's bugging me. I feel like we're just left of the yoke instead of being in the middle. There we go, that's better. Right, okay, parking brakes released. Of course, we need to turn the beacon on. There we go. And we can start engine number 2. Packs are off. Yes, they are. So fire number 2, you can see the M1, or N2 first, followed by M1. Wait for 2.5 on that, and then we'll fire in the fuel. There's 2%. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look down, and there's a fuel in. I'm going to decrease that range so I can actually see stuff. Wait for the starter cut out on engine number 2, and then we'll fire engine number 1 up. That weather looks pretty interesting. Okay, start to cut out on number 2, and we can fire up number 1. There's N2, followed by M1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and fuel in. Good stuff. I don't know how far back it's going to push us. Seems to be going on forever. It's literally going to leave us here. Is this real? Yep. Okay. No problem, GSX. You just leave us in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so the tow truck's disappeared. We can put the generators on. And we could also turn the hydraulics on. Tax can come on. Left and right engine bleeds. And the APU bleed can go off. We can also turn on the probe heats. And we can go to the system page and do a quick flight control check. So all the way to the left, all the way to the right, full back, full forwards, and step on the rudder to the left and rudder to the right. Very good. Flaps can come down to 5, so 1, 2 if it will go, and 5, and we'll set the trim as well, 4.79 thereabouts. Okay. Let me just close that one more. There we go. Oh, how charming! An aircraft decides to taxi straight through me. Very nice. You know what's really amusing about VATSIM is that you have the entire airfield to do what you need to do, and then, you know, this happens, and you wonder why I use Pilot Edge. Okay. Turn off lights on. And taxi lights on. We can ditch the APU generator. I'm going to do that from here, like that. And we're good to taxi. So, providing that guy has disappeared from the right of us, which he is just quite happily sitting there, I am going to swing it round to the left, I think, just to get rid of him. We'll turn the transponder on now. Bear in mind that when I spawned up, there was no traffic, yeah? It's interesting, isn't it, how people just randomly appear. Where has he gone? There he is. What's he doing? Whatever, I'll go this way, out of your way. You have no reason to follow me. I'm not even going to follow the taxiway line. Okay, so we're turning right here. And then we can taxi down to runway 12. I like the ships. The ships look nice. Those waves are incredible as well. And of course my track IR is unsnapping from the screen. For some reason the center of it thinks it's over there when it's not. So let me fix that. And in fact, let me disable it. Put the view, then reset the view, like so, and then undock the view. There we go. It's better. Track IR, the bane of everybody's life, although very, very good. But yeah, those ships look pretty nice, especially with that that choppy sea. Just approaching runway 12 now, some random digger. I guess they're like extending the runway or something. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. It's all a bit bizarre, this place. Okay, so we can turn the auto throttle on. Just put the brakes on there to slow down a little bit. I'm going to start the clock on this side, and fingers crossed on this side, because I could never get the click spot. Nope. There we go. And we'll get the lights. One moment. Stick all the lights on. Actually, we can also put the ignition switches to continuous. I forgot to do that when we started up. And we can line up here on runway 12. we go. Right, let me just stick those lights onto strobe and steady. There we go. And of course, you should really watch where you're going. Right, let's go. 40-odd%. Where's that guy? There he is. Why am I getting thrown to the left? This is really odd. And power's coming in. There we go. I guess that wind is like killing it or something. I'm being pushed to the left. So I'm just going to put a bit of right aileron into that and hopefully that'll correct it. Power was set a long time ago.
V1.
There's V1.
V1 take.
And rotate.
V2.
And there's that wind taking us. Nice. Positive rate. And there goes the gear. Trimming out a bit. Seem to rocket into the sky. Nice views. What we'll do is we'll go into flight level change and we'll just keep it at this while we fly this LNAV path, because there's no point in speeding up here because we'll just overshoot this turn. So we'll go into LNAV and we'll fly that for the moment. Increase it to maybe, I don't know, 180 knots. Very nice. Got 3 miles until we make the turn. It's considering it's meant to be really bad, really turbulent and really windy. And of course I forgot to turn the weather radar on, but that's fine. It's actually quite smooth. I'm pretty impressed. Pitch forward a little bit to maintain that speed. And we'll be making the turn very, very soon. We'll just start to roll the wing into it, or wings even. Nice clouds. Here we go. All the way round. Trimmed to absolute perfection. Going right over the top of Kingston. I'm actually going to take that as a screenshot for the thumbnail because that will look incredible. Look at that view. Wow. And now we've completed that turn, we can switch the autopilot on and we can start to speed up. It will. Point the nose down, please. Thank you. We'll go to flap up speed and then we'll start to clean up at some point. There we go. Accelerating nicely. Plug the heading up so we're heading in the right direction. Like so. And we can bring the flaps in. 1, 2, 1, Actually, we can do flaps all the way up. We can VNAV it, and we'll altitude intervene a bunch of times. Up to flight level 380. 380. Turn the gear off, and the auto brakes can go back to off. And there you have it, a cleaned up aircraft. Left to go is the lights. I'm scared of clicking those because I'm scared I'll right click the wrong thing. But we've got to do it. There's the bar, right click. Turn off lights can come off, taxi lights, and the ignition switches can also go to off. Excellent. Nice climb. Miami, here we come. So, what goes up, as always, must come down, and we've just had a contact from Miami Center, so we're going to call him. Guess what we can do while we're waiting for a gap in the frequency is just program the arrival in. So we'll do the Fowley 7 versus, just make sure that's in, so at least we have a reference of where top of descent is. We're good. Miami, good afternoon, American 1545, flight level 380 to Ursus.
American 15, 45, squawk 4664, ident.
Squawk 4664 and ident, American 1545.
American 9631, cross Flipper, Adam maintain 12,000, 280 knots or greater. I am altimeter 299 RP. Next, just maintain your best forward speed at Flipper if you could.
Okay, 120.
Transponder code set 4664 with ident, so we'll see what he says.
American 1545, radar contact 15 miles south of reverses point level 380, and I'll have it sent for you shortly.
Roger.
American 1545, descend and maintain flight level 370.
Descend and maintain flight level 370, American 1545.
American 2216, reduce through the Mach 0.65.
One level.
Mach 0.65.
It's always a start.
60.
Or the break 2. Let's have a look at the landing weight. Landing weight today is 140. There we go. Around with flap 30. Stun. Now, providing he puts us on runway 09, decision is 440. So we'll do that. We hide that so we can see it. 440. Actually, no, it's not. It's 210. I read that wrong. 210.
American 1545. American 1545. Turn left heading 320. Expect vectors into Miami. And 320 for traffic. And I'll have direct Miami in a while. But I'm going to keep you on vectors to get you in through a different arrival gate for traffic.
Okay, no problem. Left heading 320. American 1545. That water.
American 2216, descend and maintain flight level 340.
Looking good.
Program, American still 60.
Looking good.
American 1545, descend and maintain flight level 230.
So maintain 230 Delta. Sorry, American 1545. Delta. Rip.
American 2216, proceed direct to, let's see, standby. Sorry, American 2216, proceed direct Junior. American 2216, proceed direct Junior. Cross Adam, maintain 12,000, 280 knots.
Yeah, he's that traffic's inbound to there. That's Junior there. And so he's paralleling me, I guess, to separate us.
2216, that's Junior at 12,000, 280 knots on the speed. Junior 12,000, 280, and I can set to 60.
Tell you what, we'll help it down a little bit. We've got 108 miles to go, still got flight level 310.
1545, continue left turn, heading, actually, I'll tell you what, turn right turn, heading 060, and I'll put you back in the sequence. 060 heading for American 1545.
Right, head 060, we'll go. American 1545. We can use that speed breakaway now, considering he turned us right.
American 9631, so maintain 8,000, expect them to run this from my ladder.
Oh, so they are running in on 9er. Nice, okay.
Maintain 8,000, expect vector Dallas 9. American 96.
Good stuff.
American 1545, descend and maintain flight level, actually maintain flight level 230 for now. Expect direct Flipper to rejoin the arrival.
Okay, descend and maintain 230, and we'll expect direct flip at American 1545.
And 1545, scratch that, you're on the Sally, expect direct Junior.
Yeah, makes sense. We'll expect direct Junior, American 1545.
American 1545, at flight level 230, reduce speed to 280.
We're 250 now, but we can increase it to 80 if you wish, American 1545.
1545, negative 350 works, thanks.
Okay.
Miami Delta, Yoshi 528.
Did I really just hear a Jersey in America? Jersey being flyby. 1K to go.
American 1545, turn left direct Junior, cross Junior, and I maintain 12,000 and present speed. Miami altimeter 209
Okay, left to Junior and across Junior at 12,000. We'll keep the speed 29998, American 1545.
Number 1550, radar contact, turn left direct Simmer, climb and maintain flight level 340. Direct Simmer, 340.
So insert 12K there. That's actually not too bad. I just need to make sure that in the descent it profiles us at 250. And once it's done that, I can VNAV. Give it a little bit of speed brake to help it. And we'll be good. So, we are back on profile, which means we can ditch the speed brake. There we go, perfect. Nice bit of weather there, just off to the right. But nothing to be worried about at the moment. Passing 16,000.
Southwest 2671.
For 12,000?
Is it okay to go ahead and go to Unicom?
Southwest 2671, radar service is terminated, frequency change to advisory per connect.
2671, officers advisory to date. Have a great night.
Weather everywhere. Not.
American 9631, turn right heading 360. National aircraft landing Miami, information Tango, no current, rain altimeter 29907.
2997 is set. Everything is set. We're just a waiting game now. It's always nice when everything's done in advance.
American 2216, set to maintain 8,000.
Look at the ground charts for runway 9er. Let's have a look. So, let's see what sort of stopping distance we have.
American 9631, turn right heading 070, and there's a room and 9 localized.
So we can get off at Uniform or Tango 5, cross 30 and then to the terminal. So it's going to be a long rollout, so order break 1 actually we're going to use.
Good evening, Miami. Delta 213 with you, requesting clearance to Tampa. Delta 213, clear to Tampa International Airport, with a link to the 210 departure, and then as filed, maintain 5,000, expect flight level 260, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 132.25, squawk 4714, reback squawk code only unless you have a question. 4714, 13. 213, is that correct? Tango's current, expect runway for departure, advise ready for taxi. Roger. Expect runway 1. Expect runway 8 right for Delta 213. Roger, thank you.
That is some nasty weather.
9631, you're 5 miles from grid, cross grid at 3,000, cleared ILS runway 9 approach, keep your speed up, get number 1 for the airport.
Someone's finally on TCAS just ahead of us. That weather does not look pleasing though. I want that weather to rescan itself.
American 1969, center maintain 5,000.
Oh, there we go. So, where is that cell? We fly just past it, so it's not
American
lovely.
1545, descend to maintain 8,000, expect vectors ILS runway 9.
Descend and maintain 8,000 and expect runway 9, American 1545.
American 631, wind calm, runway 9, cleared land.
That weather though. Look at
American
that.
1969, continue descent, maintain 3,000.
Ugh. Thankfully it's over here, out of the way. I feel sorry for anyone coming in from that direction.
American 2216, turn left heading 290.
10k checks, so we'll put the fixed and the turn-offs, and everything else is fine.
American 2216, turn left heading 290.
If you hear him speak to someone and then they don't reply, it's because they're on text.
Last one on American 2260.
I'm still watching this very, very carefully, because if this drifts over, we are heading that way. Or we could dip him now, it's not worth it, because they'll probably all follow. Crazy stuff. He's 2,000 below me, so he's at 8k. Wrong one. It's a company American. Company American, of course, is a company, so it would be American.
Delta 213, raise package runway 8 right.
I guess he's being vectored out this way. Ooh, that lightning.
Miami Center, American 38 heavy. 7213 runway right taxi via Whiskey November. Whiskey November to right, 213.
That is very close. I might ask for left by sort of 50. If we went to there,
Miami Center, American 38 heavy.
we'll be
American
okay.
38, go ahead. Yes, sir, just inquiring. Can we expect runway 9 for the approach? American 38, affirmative, expect the hours from runway 9er. Roger that, thank you, sir.
Start programming that as well. 092 is the frequency. Put that on the other side as well. And 110.9 is in there and in there, like so.
American 1969, turn right heading 360.
Yeah, we're gonna need to turn left, I think, because that weather is closing in on us. And that is not going to end well for anybody.
American 2216 is going to maintain 5,000. 5,000, American 2260.
American 96 on the big gauge line.
Although, he might be a saviour.
American 2216, hold short runway 12.
Oh, we're going to cut that. We're on the edge of it though, so it shouldn't be too bad.
American 1969, turn right heading 080, hard right turn to 080, and intercept the localizer descend and maintain 3,000.
Here we go. Okay, now we have traffic. Flying right through a thunderstorm. Rip. Here we go. That was pretty insane. Look at the speed.
American 1545, turn left heading 280, so to maintain 5,000.
Left heading 280, just going to maintain 5,000. American 1545.
American 2216, turn left heading 270, just going to maintain 3,000.
Turned us right out of that weather.
That's 270,
Nice.
American 2260.
Now, of course, I could have asked for a left turn.
1969 at 5 miles from grid.
Whatever.
3,000, cleared out, west runway 9.
It's fun.
Speed 210 knots, still greater than speed 180 knots or greater until last. American 2216, reduce speed to 180. 180, American 2260. American 1545, reduce speed to 180 and continue descent.
Okay, 180 first and continue descent. American 1545. Right. Speed brake coming out. This is some insane weather. There's literally not much you can do though, apart from ride it out. We're below 250, so I'm going to take flap 1. And then we'll just follow the limitation speed, so flap 2 can come out also.
Traffic.
Hammering the brakes on. This is easier said than done. Okay, flap 5.
American 2216, turn right heading 360, contact approach 124.85. Right 360, right 360, and then approach 148, American 2260. American 1540, contact 90 approach 124.85, 2485.
2485, American 1545, thanks a lot.
Level 213, hold short 18, right contact. American 2216 heading 360 and 3,000 feet.
American 2216, Miami approach road.
Miami approach, 13, holding short runway 8 right.
Bring the speed brakes back in.
Not 213, Miami departure, stand by 1. American 1959, we're down runway 9 there, clear to 1, doing read back stand. American 2216, 5 from grid heading 060, maintain 3,000, still south, on localizer, cleared out left runway 9.
This weather is insane.
060, cleared let's approach runway 09, American 2260. Miami approach. American 1545, this is maintain 4,000.
So maintain 4,000, American 1545.
Delta 213, wind calm, runway 8 right, clear to take off.
Clear for takeoff, 8 right, 213.
See the guy establishing there, so I'll end up behind him.
Miami approach, American 38 heavy with you, descending through 33,000 for 12,000.
American 38 heavy, Miami approach, this is maintain 11,000, altimeter 2999 or 17, your current expect ILS runway 8 right.
Wow. That lightning, man.
That's runway 09 for the approach, and descend to maintain 11,000. American 38 heavy.
That's an 8. Expect ILS 8.
Expect ILS 8 right. Roger that.
American 2216, wind calm, runway 9er, clear to line, traffic 1,000 feet on a 3-mile final company.
Runway 09 to land, company traffic 3,000 feet, 3 miles from American 2260.
That's what happens when you screw the wrong knob. I wanted the inside. And,
Delta 213 radar contact, altitude passing.
1,500.
makes very little difference, does it, when you're going through pink weather?
Delta 213, climb and maintain 16,000.
16,000 to 13.
American 1545, turn right heading 360, descend maintain 3,000.
Right head 360, descend and maintain 3,000, American 1545.
Delta 213, passing 5,000, clear direct window.
Oh, this weather just doesn't give me a break.
I think
It's everywhere. It's literally everywhere.
American 1545, 5 miles from Grit, heading 060, 3,000, to establish and localize a cleared ILS runway 9 approach.
Right head 060, maintain 3,000 until established, cleared ILS 9er approach, American 1545. Right, I'm going to go into VS, and 500 feet a minute, this is insane. You can see we're well below the glide, so that's no problem. I'm going to do direct to Grit with the runway course 092. So I get an extended center line, like so. And then
American
sort of
619.
localizer mode is armed. We're just getting that now. We'll just slow it down a bit because it doesn't seem to be responding very well with this weather. Do 170 knots.
American 1545, wind calm, runway 9, clear to line, never drilling company traffic at 1,000, 3 miles.
Clear to land, runway 9, American 1545. Okay, get down.
American 38, heavy descent, maintain 8,000 for a lovely heading 2 feet, 0.
Approach mode. Trying to get this speed off as quick as we can because this is just stupid. I know we've got 12 miles to run,
Turn
but
left heading 280 down to 8,000, American 38 heavy.
we'll do it with the gear. This weather is insane. We'll sync the heading bug. 094.
Delta 213, contact 9.
Check the missed approach altitude.
Go on to Miami Center, go on to it.
Missed approach is climbing to 3,000 feet, so that's already in there. Everything else is set. We'll fly with gear down for the moment. I'm gonna put my track IR back on, hopefully.
You didn't follow your instructions, sir. You were supposed to turn left heading 280 at lovely, not before.
There we
right
go.
heading 290.
Track IR's back on. I can see around. Very good. We'll clear the land so all the lights can go on.
Turn right heading 290, sorry about that, sir.
Ignition switches to continuous.
Don't worry, just be observant of the next.
Flat 15. And we can also arm the speed brake. And we'll bring the speed right back now to 146 plus the headwind, so we'll do 146, we'll do 151. 151. We'll bring flap 25, flap 30. And what we'll do now is we will disengage the auto throttle, like so. And disengage the autopilot, like so. Now we have full control. This is insane. This is probably the worst weather I've ever flown in on Flight Simulator X or P3D. X-Plane, I still have one that was worse than this, but this is just insane. Absolutely insane.
Sort of an active runway, so I'm going to need you to relocate to the nearest ground area immediately, please.
Looking good. A little bit low, correcting. Whoa, that thunder.
Traffic. 1,000.
American 2216, welcome to the U.S. of A, taxi parking. Via Tango, Papa, Whiskey, November, cross runway 12, have a nice day.
This weather is crazy.
Parking via Tango Papa Whiskey November, cross the runway 12 and taxi for the American 2216. Bye bye.
Good old Eunice. Speed's good. Altitude's good.
Approaching minimums.
Wind can really go do one though.
Minimums. Light slope. Light slope. Light slope.
American 38, heavy to 17,
Light slope. 30. 20.
Descending maintain 3000, American 38 heavy.
Rudder. There we go. Idle reverse. Brakes are doing their thing. 100. 90. 80. Tap the brakes. 70. We'll pull off that behind the. We'll pull off even behind that American. Is that a Lufthansa A340 over there? Really? 60.
American 2216, you got traffic rolling in on the intersection behind you. Can you please move up a bit?
Yeah, American 2216, I was watching him next a bit. So also moving now, don't worry.
Thank you. American 1545, welcome to you, Eddie. Behind company traffic, taxi parking at Tango Papa Whiskey November, cross runway 12.
Tango Papa Whiskey November, cross 12 to parking behind the company, American 1545. Thanks for your help. I'm literally going to follow the American ahead of me. Flaps up, speed brake. The flight directors can come off. We'll keep the transponder on for now. I'm turning to the right here. Wait until we're stable before I start messing around with the lights. There we go. Right, so landing lights can come off, taxi lights can go on, turn-offs can stay on, and strobe lights can go to steady. We can fire up the APU and hopefully taxi in a straight line at the same time. Very good. We can also stop the clock as well. There we go. And the other side can stay on until we actually get to the gate. That weather though is insane. It's a bit laggy, but given all of the clouds and the weather and everything else, I am more than happy with that. That was absolutely excellent. And that landing was not too bad considering I was getting nailed from every direction with wind. So that was pretty cool. But I still think that was a Lufthansa A3. It is. It's a Lufthansa A340. Look at it there. I don't know why there's a Lufthansa A340 here, but whatever. Unless he's going to Frankfurt, but I highly doubt that. Going left here apparently. Swing in the left. Hopefully he speeds up because he's going far too slow. There we go. It's not British Airways over there. I swear I can see a British Airways tail. No, it's not. I thought that there was a British Airways tail, but it's the side of a building. Hey ho. APU's probably on now, yeah, so we can switch the gens on. We can also ditch the, actually we'll turn the bleeds on now, the APU bleed on now. Oh, did I pass that Lufthansa? I did as well, I wanted to see it.
American 38 Heavy, wind calm, runway 8 right, clear to land.
I'll go for this one, I'll go for this one.
Clear to land, runway 8 right, American 38 Heavy.
Right in the corner. Okay, turn-offs and taxi lights can go off. And we can pull in just here. Perfect. Bump. Good stuff. Parking brake set. All is good. APU's on, bleeds are on. We can ditch the engines.
American 38 Heavy, just letting you know, sir. Glide slope is live.
To Unicom, so we don't get ATC in the background.
American 38 Heavy, thanks, I don't...
There we go. Beacon light can come off, and we can use the FMC to set all of the external stuff. So we'll just do wheel chocks at the moment. And GSX, I guess, will allow us. I don't know if we've got dynamic jetways. Nope, we don't. So we just have to do it ourselves. So open the doors, cargo doors, and there you have it. Okay, so there's Yun on the stand next to us. And here we are in Miami, a very wet, windy, disgusting Miami. But Miami's beautiful anyway, even if the weather's bad. But yeah, look at all that weather. So bad. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this flight. This is a little bit out of the ordinary. Some nice ATC, some nice controlling, absolutely. It was an absolute pleasure, so fingers crossed there'll be more like that in the future. Let me know if you enjoy the VATSIM ATC or if you just prefer it to be silent. Also, let me know if you enjoy seeing other planes. I think you will do. I think I already know the answer to that, but just to be completely sure. Anyway, until the next video, I bid you farewell. Thanks very much for watching, and until the next time, see you later. Bye-bye.